Good day to you from Orlando, Florida, on the Miami Community News Network. Willard Shepard with you, with Braulio Rosa, who is the executive director at the Broward County Bar Association. And we're fortunate enough that the leader in legal technology, Array, is sponsoring us here today. So we're able to do this remote broadcast. And it's always great to see you. And the mission of the Broward County Bar Association, you have outreach in so many different places that are going on. And as a member, I think that it's just fantastic the way you try to outreach to the community. So tell me about your primary mission and how you get these legal services to the people in the community of South Florida.
Sure. Well, one of our big things is, like you said, to reach out to the community. And the way I've really been doing that for well over a decade is look at our different constituents, our different crowds that we have there. So we have programs that we do a Black History program and connect with that community with our judges. We have one for our Jewish judges and we connect with that community. Our Hispanic judges, we connect with that community. We have a women's history event. So I'm trying to reach different audiences. Of course, we have all the typical practice area programming and different committees. But to me, I find that some of these special events allow us to hit niche audiences to make it welcoming for everyone, that they can have a true seat at the table, which is important. We have a lawyer referral service. That's the way we do reach out to the non-lawyer community, where when people need help, they call the bar, and we have a panel of different types of lawyers that we can refer them out to. That's a nice service to the community. So, it's about really trying to create an environment where we provide opportunity for every type of lawyer to connect with us so that then they can make their practice better.
So many times I'll have people reach out to me if something that's not in my practice area and I've contacted you about veterans that need help.
Correct.
Tell me about reaching out and trying to provide those types of services to people in our community in Broward.
Sure, we have some niche areas where we can help people. Like you mentioned, veterans. We both happen to be veterans, so we're passionate about helping that group. So there's a group of lawyers that will help veterans, sometimes pro bono, often pro bono, sometimes at a very reduced rate. So that's just one of the niche audiences. Sometimes there's like Social Security matters and Medicare, Medicaid, and we have lawyers that specialize in these niche practices that will help people. And of course, you have landlord-tenant stuff and all of that.
A lot of that.
Yes. Tickets, believe it or not, DUIs, like things that you wouldn't think of, very simple, but they're very common happening, and people need help. And so they reach out to folks like you or the Broward Bar to get them attorneys that will help.
Tell me about the technology that has been going at a racing, breathtaking speed. Much of yesterday here at our conference was simply dealing with technology.
There's law before 2020, before COVID, and then there's law after, as you well know. The advent of Zoom and other platforms that enable lawyers to practice not only across the state, but anywhere in the world, really, or in the country, has really changed how you practice. And the same thing for the bar. You had said that we reach out. We do. So, for instance, with our veterans program, we do a statewide veterans program to connect with bar associations and circuits all over. So that's one way you do that. And it's the same thing with the practice of law, right? If someone needs help, they don't necessarily need a lawyer if it happened in Jacksonville that isn't Jacksonville. They may find a specialist that's here in Broward, and they can connect with that lawyer through Zoom. Of course, there's all kinds of other crazy AI has changed the practice, and lawyers have to be very careful with that. But it's definitely moved the practice of law very quickly. So technology everywhere, changing the practice of law constantly.
As an example, we're here today, and in about 90 minutes, I have a court hearing that's with a judge in Miami-Dade County, and I'm in Orlando.
Correct.
And ironically, the opposing counsel, I haven't seen him go by. We may sit side by side with each other if I see him, here in Orlando. So that's just an idea. But there's cost savings to this too. It's an ability to be able, I think, to better serve our community.
Yeah.
And so many people from minority backgrounds that might not have the ability to take time off of work to do things remotely. What about that?
100%. Someone who's living paycheck to paycheck with a lot of people are, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's unfortunate, but that's the situation. So you could hire an attorney that doesn't have to drive into court, sit waiting for the court hearing. All of that time they're charging you. They could just zoom in when the judge needs them. The same thing with the client. They don't have to go in and take the day off from work, which their boss is going to be like, don't take time off. They can actually take their lunch break or whatever it is, those 15 minutes, and zoom in for that hearing. So these are great cost savings and efficiency for the general public.
Tell me about your personal journey. I always want my guests here on Miami Community News Network to know how you ended up here, and your journey is very special, and people can take it to heart and say, hey, I have a vision, and let me do that too. Okay.
Well, I am all about inclusivity and bringing everyone to the table, truly, and I have practiced what I preach at the Bar Association. That begins with my journey, where I'm from. So I was born and raised in LA. Both my parents are from Puerto Rico. Typical Puerto Rican story, the 50s, they come to New York. They meet in the 60s, they get married, they move to LA. That's where I'm born. So very diverse background. I go to the military. Once I finished high school, as I told you before, I went to language school. I was a Hebrew linguist, so suddenly it opens up the world to this whole Middle East and the Jewish population and Israel and everything. So it educates me on a whole nother culture, which over time I realized we have so much more in common than we're different. And so I have taken that when I came to the bar in 2011 and really, hopefully, have put that sauce, that special sauce, into everything we do, which is, hey, we are stronger together, we are more alike than different, and so we should be working together to move ourselves forward rather than constantly bickering about the couple things that we may disagree on. So really, that's what it's been about for me, and I'm very proud of that.
And we're very proud of you. Tell the audience how to find you if they need assistance, or lawyers across the state of Florida who want to join hands to help you.
Wonderful. You can email me at Braulio, Braulio, Rosa, Braulio at browardbar.org. And I'll respond to you, and I would love for you to get involved here at the Broward Bar, and we can do some great things together.
It's always great to see you.
Thank you.
Best dressed person associated anyway with the Florida Bar. Always.
Thank you, brother.
All right, thank you for your time, and thank you for your time here on the Miami Community News Network.